is that with the type of political imagination that you've displayed, South Asia can see the full potential of cooperation and advantage of connectivity in Asia can be made. And once again, after several hundred years, the most dynamic economic region of the world. A sovereign, democratic, united Afghanistan is essential to Asia's prosperity, connectivity, and stability. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the people of Afghanistan and my colleagues in the government for your principled support for the end state of a sovereign, democratic, united Afghanistan, an Afghanistan that would truly enjoy permanent peace, stability, democratic stability, and be sovereign. Sovereignty means that we must have the right to form our partnerships, and those partnerships, as I indicated, flow from value. Peace is the central desire of the Afghan people, and there's a consensus both nationally and within the state to seek peace. But that peace must be a peace that ends violence, not becomes a preface in a chapter to another tragedy. The tragedies of the past must serve as lessons to us so we do not repeat history. And there lies the role of Indian diplomacy. I would like to thank Foreign Minister Jaishankar and Foreign Minister Atmar for their very close collaboration, because this is the moment where regional consensus and international consensus on the need for guarantees for a stable and prosperous Afghanistan are essential. We must ask the world to ask all stakeholders to respect the rules of sovereignty and international relations, stop giving sanctuaries, and stop interfering in the affairs of their neighbors. The peril, Mr. Prime Minister, lies in misunderstanding this moment. Peace in Afghanistan is within grasp if parties and their backers in the Taliban embrace a true political solution. But Afghans will not submit to surrender. And it must be understood that our heroic security forces are not defeated, and neither have we lost our will or capacity for serving our people. Should, God forbid, Afghanistan be plunged into uncertainty, the consequences for the region and the world will be dire. The Afghan Defense and Security Forces, the people of Afghanistan, and the government of Afghanistan are the first line of defense for democracy, for stability, and for security. And here, our submission with you is that terrorism must be seen as a full ecosystem, not a series of isolated individuals or groups. This is a destructive force that threatens the future that you and I and all people of goodwill are trying to bring. We must contain this because our long history of millennia of connectivity between Afghanistan and India is one of dialogue, civilizational engagement, tolerance, networks that brings us together. The end state that we seek, again, Mr. Prime Minister, is to serve once again as a roundabout in Asia, as a gate to India that has been our title for centuries, and as a point, as a platform for cooperation. Afghanistan seeks maximum number of friends, and does not want to be part of the false quarrels. But we stand for principle, we stand for decency, we stand for democracy, and we stand for connectivity. Once again, Mr. Prime Minister, on behalf of the people of Afghanistan, let me say thank you for these two great gifts. Thank you for believing in the future of Afghanistan. Thank you for your support for an Afghanistan that would be thriving in a hub with India's great support and with your personal attention in a moment when we know every moment is taken to save lives and livelihoods. We greatly appreciate your presence here and take the inauguration of this project as an omen for many more things that we will do in common. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, it is my privilege to request the Honorable Prime Minister of India to deliver his address on this important occasion.
योर एक्सेलेंसी राष्ट्रपति गनी, आपके उम्दा शब्दों के लिए मैं आपका बहुत आभारी हूं। आपके साथ उपस्थित अफगानिस्तान के सभी वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारी, साथियों, नमस्कार। सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे क्षमा चाहता हूं, मुझे आने में देर हुई। हमारा संसद का सत्र चल रहा है और संसद में कुछ कार्यक्रम के कारण मेरा वहां रहना बहुत जरूरी हो गया। आज हम भारत अफगानिस्तान दोस्ती की लंबी राह में एक और माइलस्टोन रखने जा रहे हैं। भारत और अफगानिस्तान सिर्फ जियोग्राफी से ही नहीं, बल्कि हमारे इतिहास और हमारे कल्चर भी आपस में जुड़े रहे हैं, एक दूसरे को प्रभावित करते रहे हैं। ये सदियों पुराने संपर्क हमारी भाषाओं, हमारे खान-पान, हमारे संगीत, हमारे साहित्य में झलकते हैं। फ्रेंड्स, सभी जानते हैं कि नदियां विश्व की महान सभ्यताओं की वाहक रही है। नदियों ने जीवनदाता बनकर हमारे राष्ट्र, हमारे समाज को परिभाषित किया है। भारत में हम अपनी गंगा नदी को एक माता का दर्जा देते हैं और उसके कायाकल्प के लिए हमने अपना नमामि गंगे कार्यक्रम शुरू किया है। नदियों के लिए यह सम्मान भारत और अफगानिस्तान की साझा सांस्कृतिक विरासत है। हमारे यहां ऋग्वेद का नदी स्तुति सूक्त हमारे क्षेत्र में बहने वाली नदियों की प्रशंसा करता है। मौलाना जलालुद्दीन रूमी ने नदियों के शक्तिशाली सभ्यतागत संबंध के बारे में कहा था, जो नदी तुम में बहती है वह मुझ में भी बहती है। साथियों, पिछले लगभग 2 दशकों से भारत अफगानिस्तान के प्रमुख विकास साझेदारों में रहा है। अफगानिस्तान ने हमारी विकास परियोजनाएं, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, कृषि, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य जैसे अनेक सेक्टर्स में हमारी ये योजनाएं फैली हैं। 1 दशक पहले पूले खुमरी से ट्रांसमिशन लाइन के निर्माण से काबुल शहर में बिजली की आपूर्ति बेहतर हुई। 218 किलोमीटर लंबे डेलाराम खरंज राजमार्ग ने अफगानिस्तान के लिए कनेक्टिविटी का एक विकल्प प्रदान किया। कुछ वर्ष पहले बने मैत्री बांध से हेरात में बिजली और सिंचाई का सिस्टम सुदृढ़ हुआ। अफगानिस्तान के संसद का निर्माण भारत और अफगानिस्तान की जनता का डेमोक्रेसी के प्रति लगाव का महत्वपूर्ण प्रतीक रहा। इन सभी प्रोजेक्ट का एक प्रमुख पहलू यह रहा कि इनसे भारत और अफगानिस्तान की दोस्ती, हमारी अपने आपसी साझेदारी और मजबूत हुई। यही दोस्ती, यही निकटता कोविड महामारी के खिलाफ भी हमारे बीच दिखती रही है। चाहे दवाइयां और पीपीई हो या भारत में बनी वैक्सीन की सप्लाई, हमारे लिए अफगानिस्तान की आवश्यकताएं हमेशा महत्वपूर्ण रही है और रहेगी। इसलिए मैं ये कह सकता हूं कि आज हम काबुल में जिस सहतूत बांध के निर्माण पर समझौता कर रहे हैं, उसकी नींव सिर्फ ईंटों और मोर्टार पर नहीं बनेगी, बल्कि भारत अफगान दोस्ती की ताकत पर टिकी होगी। काबुल शहर भारत के लोगों के दिलो दिमाग में बसा है। कई पीढ़ियां, जैसे आपने उल्लेख किया, गुरुदेव रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर की काबुली वाला कहानी पढ़कर बड़ी हुई है और इसलिए मुझे विशेष खुशी है कि सहतूत बांध परियोजना से काबुल शहर के नागरिकों को पेयजल सुविधा प्रदान होगी। साथ साथ काबुल नदी बेसिन में एक सिंचाई नेटवर्क का विकास भी होगा। साथियों, जब मैं संसद भवन के उद्घाटन के लिए दिसंबर 2015 में काबुल आया था, तब मैंने हर अफगान पुरुष, महिला और बच्चों की आंखों में भारत के लिए बड़ा प्यार देखा था। अब ये अफगानिस्तान में मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगा कि मैं किसी दूसरे के घर में हूं। मुझे ऐसी अनुभूति हुई थी कि खाने खुद अस्त ये अपना ही घर है। ये बद्रखसा से निमरोज और हेरात से कंधार तक हर अफगान भाई और बहन को यह विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि भारत आपके साथ खड़ा है। आपके धैर्य, साहस और संकल्प की यात्रा के हर कदम पर भारत आपके साथ रहेगा। कोई भी बाहरी ताकत अफगानिस्तान के विकास को या भारत अफगानिस्तान दोस्ती को रोक नहीं सकती। एक्सेलेंसी, अफगानिस्तान में बढ़ रही हिंसा से हम चिंतित हैं। निर्दोष नागरिकों, पत्रकारों और कार्यकर्ताओं को कायरतापूर्ण ढंग से निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। हमने हिंसा को तत्काल समाप्त करने का आह्वान किया है और हम फौरन एक व्यापक संघर्ष विराम का समर्थन करते हैं। हिंसा शांति का प्रतिकार है और दोनों साथ साथ नहीं चल सकते। एक निकट पड़ोसी और मजबूत स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर के रूप में भारत और अफगानिस्तान दोनों ही अपने क्षेत्र को आतंकवाद और उग्रवाद से और ऐसे भयंकर संकट से मुक्त देखना चाहते हैं। भारत एक ऐसी शांति प्रक्रिया का समर्थन करता रहा है जो अफगानिस्तान के नेतृत्व में हो, अफगानिस्तान के स्वामित्व में हो और अफगानिस्तान के नियंत्रण में हो। अफगानिस्तान के अवाम में अंदरूनी एकजुटता को मजबूत करना बहुत जरूरी है। मुझे विश्वास है कि एकजुट अफगानिस्तान किसी भी चुनौती का सामना करने के लिए सक्षम है। अफगानिस्तान की सफलता में हम भारत की ओर से अपने पूरे क्षेत्र की सफलता देखते हैं। हम एक बार फिर सभी अफगान मित्रों को भारत की दोस्ती का पूरा विश्वास देता हूं। भारत पर रखे आपके विश्वास के लिए मैं हृदय से सभी अफगान के मेरे प्यारे भाइयों बहनों का आभार भी व्यक्त करता हूं। तशक्कुर, धन्यवाद।
That was Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Afghan President Ashraf Ghani in a virtual meet that's just taken place today. This meet was for the two countries, India and Afghanistan, to sign a pact on a new dam that they are embarking. That's called the Shahtoot Dam. India and Afghanistan are expected to take their relationship forward with the signing of an agreement on this new dam that will be supplying drinking water to Kabul. And we just heard what Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to say. He's assured Afghanistan that India will stand by the country as it has done in the years gone by. With Shahtoot Dam, Kabul's snow and rain will be harnessed to quench the thirst of around 2 million Afghan citizens through provision with water security. The dam will inject sufficient water into Kabul River to make it again a hub of greenery, deforestation, entertainment, art and craft as well. That is what Afghan President Ashraf Ghani had to say. The Afghan President also, on behalf of the people of Afghanistan, thanked Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who of course in return has said that the Shahtoot Dam is the symbol of India and Afghan relationship and that irrigation network will be set up in Kabul River by India. He also thanked the Afghan President. For more details, let's quickly get in a sense of perspective in terms about this virtual meet that just took place between India and Afghanistan. For that, let's quickly go across to our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal, who's joining me on the phone line. Siddhant, it's important to talk about how the Shahtoot Dam, as the Indian Prime Minister said, is a symbol of India-Afghan relationship.
Well, Akanksha, if you look at India's development projects, the infrastructure development in Afghanistan since the fall of Taliban in 2001, there have been mega projects which India has been involved in, whether it is the India-Afghanistan Friendship Dam in the western province of Herat, whether it's the Afghan parliament, and now the Shahtoot Dam. This is very significant because this will provide clean drinking water to the people of Kabul, of the national capital Kabul, and this announcement coming just 2 days after the Indian government sent 500,000 India-manufactured COVID vaccines to the country. We know that last year, amidst the COVID pandemic, India sent 75,000 metric ton of feed to make sure that there is no food insecurity in the country when it comes to the COVID pandemic. Also sent a lot of HCQ and paracetamol. So it shows how India has been a force of good in Afghanistan, while there have been countries who, of course, have been blatantly interfering in Afghanistan's internal affairs, which, of course, was talked by the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani. He, of course, without taking name of Pakistan, talked about the issue of terrorism.
Right. And since you just brought that up, Siddhant, it's important to talk about how India has always been among those few countries who have expressed concern at the spike in violence in Afghanistan. You must allude to the bits that were brought up and taken up by the Indian Prime Minister and the Afghan President.
Well, if we talk about the Afghan peace process or whether it's the conversation happening between the Afghan government and the Taliban, India has always stood besides the Afghan government and never ever has shown any kind of inclination of talking with the Taliban. And that is an exception of sort, because if you look at the region, whether it's Pakistan, whether it's Iran, China, Russia, in fact, Pakistan has been known to support Taliban in a major way. In fact, we have seen the visuals coming from Islamabad, where the Taliban delegation has met the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. This is never possible here in Delhi. Delhi has been very clear about its Afghan policy, and that, of course, was lauded by both the Afghan government and, of course, the other leadership of Afghanistan. But largely, if we talk about the current situation, India's policy has been an Afghan-led peace process, Afghan government-led peace process, and India has multiple times called for a ceasefire ceasefire. This because of the increase in the violence level. We know that there were two important pacts last year. One, of course, between the US and Taliban. Then, of course, the start of the conversation, the intra-Afghan talks, where, of course, India was present virtually. The Indian External Affairs Minister had addressed that meeting. So, largely, we know that these pacts are seen violative now, given the fact that one of the conditions of the pact which was signed between the US and Taliban in February of last year was to make sure that there is a reduction in violence. That hasn't happened, and now the new administration in Washington has said that they would like to review the entire pact. So this is, of course, seen as a good news. In fact, the Afghan top diplomat CDA Tahir Qadri spoke to Beyond exclusively and talked about how this is a good news for Kabul, and of course lauded this relationship. In fact, he alluded to an old movie, an old Bollywood movie, Janjeer, where there was an Afghan character, Sher Khan, who talks about friendship being as a religion. So clearly, this is a relationship which is much celebrated.
Absolutely. It is a relationship that is much celebrated. And of course, we need to wait and watch how Joe Biden's American administration now views the entire pact as far as the Afghan peace process is concerned. Having said that, thank you so much, Siddhant Sibal, for bringing in those inputs. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.